Okay, there we go. Okay, awesome. So Namibia, guys, thank you so much for jumping onto this call. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick little snippet of what our vision is for you guys in Namibia right now, because you've got such great leadership in what Jonah's created with you guys. And I hope you can see behind me. I hope it's clear enough, guys. I hope you can see this. I mean, this is a venue every single Saturday. And this is where we have the Winning Edge, or not the Winning Edge Summit. We actually have Session Governors Summit. We had it here of about 5,000 people in this church arena. And guys, this is something that we want to have with Namibia right now. And the way that we're going right now, it is very, very possible. So that is our global vision for what you guys, what idea we have for you guys in Namibia right now. You're following the great system. You guys are getting great results. And the fact that you guys have taken the time out on your Saturday to be in that room right now to learn, massive respect to you guys, because you're open-minded and you're serious about your business. So as long as you are serious about your business, guys, guess what? We'll always be available to help you guys and give you the tools that you need to get to the next level. So I don't want to waste much time. I know you guys have given up your Saturday morning. I can see you got your notes out, you got your pens, which is awesome. You're going to take a lot of notes this morning, guys. I want you to write as much stuff as you can, because, we always go back to our notes, when we have times of adversity, times of difficulty, a little bit of challenges. And the stuff that we learn along the way is stuff that we get to apply in our business. We don't like to have these calls and add no value. We want to have these calls for a very specific reason and have people on the call that has been through the pain, that have actually had the challenges that you guys are going through right now. And they can talk about their own experiences and what they did to implement in their business to get over that hurdle, if that makes sense. So all I want you guys to do for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to hand you over to an incredible individual that I've had the blessing to be a part of my life probably in the last 3.5 years through this business. Trust me when I tell you, he's been through adversity. He's been through a stage in his life through the World Ventures business where he got stuck. And there's one thing I'll tell you about this gentleman. He is absolutely resilient. He knew where he wanted to go to. He couldn't get there. He was frustrated. He didn't know what he was doing wrong in his business. But one thing I'm going to tell you that he has done, he's remained consistent. He showed up every single day, even though he didn't want to be there. He showed up every single night presenting, even though he wanted to spend time with his boys. And his heart has always been in the right place. He's an incredibly humble individual who's got a massive heart to serve. And that's why I want to get him onto the call with you guys right now. So I'm going to hand you over to my brother, my business partner, my friend. His name is Bongani Ngcobo. He is a director in our business, and he is getting massive results right now. And guys, I don't want to introduce myself to the person that I was 20 years ago. That has no relevance, right? I want to introduce you to a person that I am today, and based on what I'm achieving today. I'm going to hand you over to somebody right now who's getting results today. So guys, get your pens out, write some notes. He's got a lot into you guys right now. Take the notes, get to apply it, and I promise you, when we get onto this call in a few weeks' time, if you apply what he says, guess what's going to happen, guys? You're going to be in a very different space. So thank you so much. God bless. Enjoy. I'm going to hand you over to Bongani, and then we will see you guys a little bit later winning big. Ciao. Where do you want to sit?
Yo, man. Yo. I'm excited. Thank you so much, Andrew, my brother. I appreciate that introduction. This is the man that I highly respect. Together with Sally, I got to meet them 3.5 years ago. And, they were strangers at the time. I didn't know them from a bar of soap when I met them. Sally at the time, and still is now, my wife's clients. My wife, Sally does nails, eyelashes, and my wife owns a spa. This is how the call went. Hi, Bongani. I got your number from your wife. I believe you're an open-minded guy. There's something I'm gonna show you. So I didn't know her, but I trusted her because she said she got my number from my wife. Again, there was trust there. So we met, and she showed me World Ventures. But a little bit before I get into details, I used to work for an insurance company before I saw World Ventures. I was a manager there. Thought I made it in life, because obviously from where I'm coming from, there were not many managers where I came from. So I saw World Ventures, at the time where I was frustrated, financially a mess, praying to God for something. I didn't know what I was praying for. So when I got that call from Sally and I met Sally and Sally showed me World Ventures, I didn't have a choice. I couldn't say no. I needed to trust God, and the rest is history. Now, I joined World Ventures exactly December 24th in 2015. 24th of December 2015, when I first saw World Ventures. Boy, oh boy, it hasn't been worth it. So the next couple minutes, guys, what I'm going to share with you is what I've done differently, you know, to get to where I am today. I'm going to repeat that. I want to share with you guys what I've done, you know, in the last 3 years, which has put me where I am, particularly in the last 9 months where we've seen multiplication in our business. But before I get into that, I need you to understand and congratulate you for you obviously taking time to be on this call today. It's a bit cold in Durban at the moment. But when I first joined, so I just want to on my screen, Frida is also online. Hi, Frida.
Hi. Hi. I'm sorry, I got to you now. Hello.
Hi, Frida. It's fine. I'm going to mute you 1 second. It's also a bit noisy here, so I want to move around. Just give me 1 second. You guys can hear me loud and clear. Okay, 100%. So I joined this business, started doing it part-time, and you know, Sally said, Bongani, you need to go to training. Bongani, you need to go to training. Bongani, you need to go to training. So for me, again, I'm a manager where I'm working. I didn't understand why I should go to trainings because, I mean, prior to me working for an insurance company, I used to work for a retail store, you know, which my budget was 174 million rand a year. So I thought I knew stuff, nothing they can tell me. But eventually I decided to go to this training. I went to my first training back in 2016, Momentum in Joburg. I didn't even have the money for the ticket, but I made a plan because again, if you take the first step, God takes the rest of the step for you. So I made a plan. I showed up there. Somebody was selling the ticket and I got the ticket at the half price because I showed up. You know, I love what Jim Kick says, 50% of, you know, success is 50% showing up and then 50% working hard. Unless you show up, you see, some of you have showed up today, you're ready for success. There are people who didn't show up to this call. They have excuses. Why they didn't show up to this call? That's cool, but trust me, it's going to be very difficult for them to grow their businesses because success is 50% showing up first. It's easy to find an excuse. You don't even have to apply an effort to find an excuse. You don't have to. You find an excuse whilst you're sleeping. It's easy. But again, Sally said to me, Bongani, it's either you find an excuse or you make money, but you can't make both at the same time. It's either you make an excuse or you make the money. You can't make both at the same time. So I showed up anyway to the training. It changed my life. 3 months after that, in June the same year, I decided to resign from my full-time job. Here's the crazy part. When I resigned from my full-time job, it's not like I was already making, you know, money in World Ventures. I wasn't making money, you know, much money in World Ventures when I left my full-time job. But for the first time in my life, I realized what God has called me to do on this planet Earth after I've seen World Ventures. Okay? I decided to bend my bridges and focus on this thing full-time. Yes, my family said I was crazy. Yes, my wife was not happy. Of course, people were mad. But at the end of the day, this was my vision, not their vision. God doesn't place a vision in your head unless he's ready with a provision. Okay? Don't expect people to understand your vision and your goal and your design. They can't. They won't. They're not in your mind. So I left work. I focused on this thing. Again, the whole of 2016, we didn't make much money. But we were there. Things were tough. I remember at some stage, I had my car taken away from me by the bank. I had no transportation, but I was still showing up to those presentations. I was still showing up to those trainings. I had zero excuses because my why was stronger than my excuses. I made a promise to my boys when I first joined World Ventures, and I said, boys, I'm going to take you to the promised land. We're going to have financial freedom and time freedom. So I had no choice to make this thing work. No matter how tough it was, I didn't have a choice. I made a promise to those little boys. I didn't want to be a dad who says something and do the opposite. We were showing up, baby. Whether we have a guest or we didn't have a guest in that presentation, we were showing up. Here's the reason why I was showing up to those presentations, even though I didn't have the guest. I needed to learn how to present because I didn't want to wait for anybody to do the presentation for me in my business. I understood that this was my business. In order for this to work, I need to get to work. But before I get to work, I needed to know and master the skills. One of the skills that I needed to master was obviously how to explain this thing to the next person. So I needed to learn, sitting down on those presentations, listen to what Andrew is saying, listen to how, Sally is presenting, how Chris Leclerc is presenting, how Session is presenting, all of those leaders, how they're presenting. Then I will copy exactly what they say. I will say what they say, repeat the same joke, do everything that that they've done. I learned some people, when they don't have the guests, they stay at home. That's why they're not winning. And I'm saying this with all due respect to them. Fast forward 2017, April, we hit a rank, okay? We stayed in that rank for a very long time. But still, we were grinding. Challenges came. I remember, in 2018, last year, there was a stage in my life where I questioned God. I said, God, why did you show me this thing if it's not going to work for me? Because I had people left, right, and center winning. People are joining today, 45 days later, they hit marketing director. I was still not even a senior rep. I was asking myself, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do? But everyone's journey is different. You can't compare your journey to the next person. The minute I understood that, I stayed on my lane and I did what I needed to do. Showing up, doing one-on-ones, two-on-ones, three-on-ones, home travel parties, etc. Okay? Personal challenges. This year early, I decided to spend most of my environment in a totally different environment. Remember, I'm doing this thing full time, which means I'm at home. So many distractions at home. So many negativities at home. Sometimes you find yourself sitting in an idiot, in front of the idiot box. You know what an idiot box? The income reducing box, the TV. I remember I had a meeting with Sally and Andrew in December 2018, last year. We agreed that come January 2019, we're going to spend more time together because they could see where I'm going. 2019, January, I started spending time with them in their office. Different energy, positivity, talking the positive language. I love what, when they say this, whoever you spend time with, you subconsciously imitate them without even you realizing. Let me repeat that. The people you spend most of your time with, without even you realizing, you imitate them. You do what they do, you talk like they talk, you walk like they walk, you sometimes even eat what they eat. So when I spend time with them, everything shifted. I started attracting, the like-minded people in my business. On the 6th of February, I put in a system a stranger. Her name is Isabel Mkiza. She's a director in the business right now. Didn't know her from a bar of soap. We met through a friend. She joined. 6 weeks later, she's senior rep. 5 months later, she's director. She has put over 250 people in my team in just under 6 months. I was in a different frequency. I attracted people in the same frequency as me. Your vibrations, be careful where's your frequencies. If you're always whining, complaining, you're going to attract the whiners and complainers in your business. If you're always positive, looking at the brighter side of things, the glass is half full, you're going to attract those kind of people. But here's what we did as well. 2 skills, in fact, 3 skills that I'm going to share with you guys that have flipped the coin for me. Immediately when we've eventually found the right people in our business, we made sure that we mastered the invitation. Okay, that's number 1. We mastered the invitation. I'm telling you right now, guys, if you want to make a lot of money in World Ventures, master the invitation. Master the invitation. The second skill we mastered was the closing. Not the presenting, the closing. Okay? Now, if you get good at inviting people to come to a presentation, you're ready to get rich. If you see, I don't even want you to understand and master presentation yet if you're failing new in this game. Just master on how to put people in front of the information. The presentation, you can always get somebody else to do the presentation for you, or you can do the presentation yourself. It doesn't matter what you say, as long as you're showing them something, but master the invitation and master the closing. Now, how do we invite in World Ventures? Some of you already know this, but let me repeat. When you invite somebody in World Ventures, guys, you just want to make sure you put them in front of the information. Now, obviously, there's words that you want to avoid when inviting someone. Words like presentation, travel, World Ventures, business opportunity, because people are going to prejudge immediately once you use one of those words. Immediately when you say it, come to a presentation, they know for sure someone is selling something. So they're not going to come. People don't like to sell, neither do they like to be sold to. So they're not going to come. And people are sick and tired of presentation. Today, there's pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes. They're going to think you're inviting them to one of those things. Okay? Business opportunity. You see, for me, I couldn't use business opportunity because my friends didn't know me as a business person. So if all of a sudden I'm going to invite them to a business meeting, they're going to say, hang on, Bongani, since when now you're a businessman? So I couldn't use that. And furthermore, people think they are busy. They don't have time for anything else. Okay? If you're going to say World Ventures, they're going to go on Google and Google World Ventures and find out what World Ventures is all about and never show up. Okay? If you're going to say travel, they're going to, again, prejudge. They're going to think you're inviting them for, timeshares, which cost arm and a leg to join, and they lock you into a contract. They're going to prejudge. They're going to assume all sorts of things, and they're not going to show up. Or they're going to think, I don't travel, so maybe this is not for me. Now you rob them an opportunity to see information. So make sure you master how to get them to see information. Again, follow the 4-step setup. Clear the date, be in a hurry, be excited, and confirm the date. Clear the date, be in a hurry, get excited, and clear the date. Hey, Joanne, what are you doing tomorrow at 6? And wait for the answer. Joanne is either busy or not. If she's busy, cool, catch you later. If she's available, great. Listen, come to my house or this place at this time. There's something that I want you to show you. Or I have a big announcement, or there's some serious money to be made and I thought about you first. Whatever that works for you, use it. Okay, we've mastered that. Okay, now once they see the presentation, immediately after the presentation is over, we have mastered the second skill, which is closing. Now understand, if I invite Frida to a presentation, okay, the person who's doing the presentation, yes, they're gonna do the closing, but Frida is my guest. I'm still going to make sure after the presentation is over, I ask the money questions to Frida. Because remember, people buy from people they know and trust in this business. Frida might not know the presenter, but she's my friend. She knows me. She's not going to buy from a presenter. She doesn't know the presenter, but she knows me. She's comfortable buying from me. So I need to make sure that I ask the money question as well. Hey, Frida, what did you like the most? Travel or business or both? She's going to tell me travel or business or both. Either way, I'm winning. Remember, you always want to ask the question with the answer you're looking for. Let me repeat that. Maybe you need to write it down. Ask the question already with the answer you're looking for. Don't ask open-ended question. Hey, Frida, what did you like the most? Travel, business, or gold? Do you want platinum or, want gold, platinum, or even titanium? See, I'm asking a question, but there's already an answer there. It's a leading, question. Once she tells me, then I'm asking the closing question. Are you ready to get started with us? Then I keep quiet. Okay? Again, if you've watched, the quick coach videos, you know for a fact that after asking that question, you keep quiet. Whoever says or speaks first loses. That's the second skill that we've mastered. The third skill is BAM-FAM. Booking a meeting from a meeting. Booking a meeting from a meeting. Now, this is where the multiplication came, baby. And it was game over the minute we mastered the skill. Okay? Now, how do we book a meeting from a meeting? Obviously, you first need to have a meeting before you book a meeting. You can't book a meeting without you having a meeting. The question, from me to you, are you having meetings and are you having enough meetings? Now, how do we book a meeting? Immediately when we sign a person, we ask them, okay, do you want to make a lot of money or a little bit of money? Do you want to make money fast or slow? Again, people join this because they want to make a lot of money. And of course, they want to make money as fast as they possibly can. If they say fast, great. When can we book your home travel party in the next 48 to 72 hours? Again, listen to how I'm asking the question. My question already has an answer in it. When can we book your home travel party or your home presentation in the next 48 to 72 hours? Okay, it's either the presentation needs to happen in the next 48 hours or even the next 3 days. The question I'm asking has an answer in it. Okay, if they're gonna say, okay, Bongani, let's schedule it next Tuesday. Great, right? Pull out your pen and paper. Let's write the list of 20 names. Okay, who are these 20 names? Again, Frida, these are the people. If I were to say to you, you've won a cruise, to the Caribbean, bring your 20 people. Who are those people? Okay, I need them down because again, those are the people that already know you and they already trust you. Okay, put them down. In fact, the guy, number one, the guy on the top, top of the list, I need the person. If you get stuck 12 o'clock in the night, maybe you have a puncture, maybe you just got robbed, but you stuck 12 o'clock in the night, who's the first person you're gonna call? I need that guy on top of the, on top of the list. Why? Because that person, even if they don't understand the presentation, but because you're doing it, they wanna do it. If right now you desperately need $250, 3,500 Rand, who's the first guy you're gonna call? I need that person on the list, okay? And then you're gonna phone them. And I'm gonna show you again how you invite them back to invitation. Are you available on Tuesday at 6 o'clock? Or what are you doing on Tuesday at 6 o'clock? So we've mastered these 3 questions. You know, there's 3 skills, guys. They flip the coin. Okay? Invite, closing, and bam, fam. And immediately when we sign somebody in that house or in that presentation, we do the bam, fam. Okay? Okay, we do the bam, fam. We're in the system now. Who can we show right now? Or can we book your home event in the next 48 to 72 hours? And we kept doing that. We kept doing that consistently. Whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, whether we're happy, whether we're not happy, whether we have money in the bank or we didn't have money in the bank, whether we had a fight with family or we didn't have a fight with family, we kept doing that. Some of you don't do anything because you're not in the mood. That's why you broke today. Due respect. Some of you are waiting for the next person, to do something for you to do something. That's why you're not going to get the results you want. And I'm glad that you guys showed up on this call right now because I know exactly you're ready to take your business to the next level. I'm telling you right now, guys, this year has been a game changer because you mastered those 3 skills. Now, there are more other important skills that you need to obviously understand and master, like how, how to edify, etc. But here's another key thing that we've duplicated into our team. We have taken all of our businesses to the next level. It's trainings. Again, you're going to hear this throughout your career in World Ventures. Trainings. Until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to hear this. Trainings. If you're not willing to attend trainings, again, I'm saying with all respect, guys, chances of you making significant amount of money in World Ventures will be limited if you're not prepared to go to training and learn the skill and increase your belief when it's come to this business. That's what duplication, belief, and mastering of skills happen in training. 2 weekends, in fact, last weekend we just came back from the Winning Edge training in Johannesburg. Okay, we had 0 excuses. We went there not because we had time or we had money to spend. We understood that the fact that we don't have a lot of money, that's why we need to attend the trainings. I laugh sometimes when I hear people say, Bongani, it's time for you guys to attend trainings because you're already making money. And we say, no, baby, we're making money because we attend the trainings. So that's the difference. I need someone. So just 1 second, guys. I just want to unmute.
What is the matter?
Somebody that just joined now. So, Bola. And I got my IT guy helping me. There you go. So perfect. So you gotta attend training. Think about this. Right now you're sitting in the car in World Ventures. World Ventures is the car. You're trying to drive this car from Wings Qualify or from 1-star rep or from 2-star rep or from 3-star rep or from senior rep or from director to obviously the final destination is IMD. But you don't know how to drive the car. But you expect people to jump into your car with you and drive with you to IMD destination, but you don't know how to drive. People are gonna sense that you don't know how to drive from just the way you talk. They're not gonna jump into your car because no one wants to die. That's what happens when you don't attend trainings. You don't get qualifications. You don't get driver's license to drive this business to your final destination, which is IMD. So that's why no one is going to join you in that car. But when you attend trainings, you learn the skill, even your posture changes because number one, you know what you're talking about. Number two, you have seen how big this thing is. And when you talk to someone about this, they can tell from how you talk about this that you know where you're going and they're ready to follow you. People follow strength, not weaknesses. I'm going to repeat that. People follow strength, not weakness. So when you come, when you talk about something that you're not even sure yourself, no one is going to follow you, because people don't follow, weaknesses. And again, they're going to ask you questions and you might not be able to answer them. Like, for instance, how do you book a dream trip on your app? You haven't been to an app yourself, you wouldn't be able to. Again, the next thing that I want to share with you guys, which is the last thing on my side, I know that, especially in Namibia right now, your team, our team, is probably the only team in the whole of Namibia that is doing something, that is on a rise. And I want you to give yourself a round of applause for that. Okay? Okay? And Frida, you're fairly new as well. You're doing exceptionally well since you became, part of our team. And in World Ventures, you're doing amazing things. But I need you to understand, guys, you are in business for yourself. Of course, not by yourself. You have all the support structure. We have the most amazing leaders in our team. The RMD, Sally and Andrew. You have, Joan amongst you, in Namibia right there, who's an exceptional leader. But what I want to tell you, even though you have those leaders supporting you, make sure you don't wait for them. Please, guys, don't wait for them. Do not wait for them. If you're going to wait for them, it's going to take you longer to make the money. You want to make sure that use them as much as you possibly can, but also do as much as you possibly can for yourself as well in terms of growing your business. Let me make an example. Okay? Schedule the one-on-ones. Just get them, to assist you, but you've already done something. Okay? If they're not available, do the presentation. The only way to learn is to do it. You don't jump inside the car knowing already how to drive. You jump inside the car, the only thing they told you, this is where the accelerator is, this is where the brake is, this is where the clutch is, this is what you do, and you do it. Of course, you're going to fumble in the beginning. It's natural. Okay? But the more you get inside that car, the better you become. Today, some of you drive while they're putting makeup. You understand? But if you remember the first day, you needed to drive, you didn't know whether to fart or sneeze. Okay? So same thing with the presentation. Do the presentation. Look at the slide, say something. Look at the slide, say something. Okay? If you're showing this to the right person, they're going to get it. Okay? They're going to join you. Okay? So don't wait for anybody. Once you've done the presentation, put them on a call for testimonials. Okay? Do that, guys. You're going to see multiplication. Don't wait for anybody. Okay? Yes, they're there to support you. Yes, they're there to help you. Yes, they're there to guide you. But do what you need to do as much as you can for your own business. This is your own business. Okay. The second thing regarding to that as well, again, even if you're doing this thing part-time, guys, but you need to make sure you go all out in your part-time. If you're only doing this maybe 1 hour, 2 hours a day, every day, make sure those 2 hours you do the best you can as much as you can. I see sometimes people say, I'm doing this thing part-time. I only do this thing on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But still on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they're not, putting all in to make sure this thing is done the way it's supposed to be done. Okay? Other than that, guys, on my side, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to just unmute Joan, because I'm not sure if you have maybe a question or something that you want me to cover quickly. Let me just unmute. Yeah, Joan,
okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. We can hear you, Bongani.
Awesome,
Can you
Joan.
see us?
Come again?
Can you see us?
I can see you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? No questions?
Okay. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
Are you ready to get started?
We already started.
Awesome, guys. I'm wishing you nothing but all the best, and feel free. If you need a testimonial, I'm always available. Get my number from Joan. But I can't wait to celebrate each and every one of you guys. You are in the right team with the right leadership. Let me tell you something. Joan is taking this thing to the next level. Don't get left behind. Trust me when I say this. Don't get left behind, because one day you're going to have to explain to your kids why they're working for our kids.
Yeah. Bongani, I just have a quick question for you. You said that you left your job 3 months after you joined World Ventures.
I left my job 3 months after I attended my first training. Okay, that was, see, I joined in December. I attended my first training in March. That was 4 months later. Then in June the same year, 3 months after that, I left my job.
Okay, because I have someone in my team who's also, she's just trying to figure out, she doesn't want to do an 8-to-5 job anymore. Her pension pays out that can sustain her for at least 2 years, but she doesn't know if she should trust her gut feeling or if she should stay in the job still, because she wants to do World Ventures full time. What would your advice be to her?
My advice, I would never advise anyone to quit their job unless at least they are marketing director or even regional marketing director. Okay.
Okay, but then why did you quit your job?
That's a very good question. You see, Joan, for me, I was already frustrated. Let me give you a background. Before I joined the insurance company, that when I saw World Ventures, I was already working for. Previous to that, I was working for a clothing store, a retail company for 10 years of my life, and I was doing exceptionally well. I was the big thing then. But how I left that company, it confused me, because after 10 years, I left the company within 24 hours. It was unplanned. So when I joined this insurance company in January 2015, I knew from day one that I wasn't going to stay here long, because it was totally different from what I was doing previously. Okay, but I needed to support my family, so I took the job in this insurance company anyway. So when I saw World Ventures in December the same year, for me, it was like, okay, God is trying to say something here to me. And again, I'm not trying to force my belief to you guys, but because what I was doing in this insurance company is more or less the same as what I'm doing in World Ventures right now. Okay, it's chasing numbers. Okay, so I said, okay, God wanted me to see World Ventures, but before I see World Ventures, he wanted me to go through this insurance company, so I'm going to learn the skill. By the time he introduced World Ventures to me, I already have an idea on how to build this thing. But again, I was confused. Only when I'm connecting the dots, looking backwards, it makes sense. But I left because I needed to bend my bridges. I wasn't getting much from either World Ventures or my job, so I needed to make a choice. But again, it's not easy. That's why eventually I had cars repossessed. I couldn't support my family as much as I wanted to, because I had left my full-time job and I wasn't making much money in World Ventures. So I don't want anyone going through that, because this is business. You build this thing. You're not going to join World Ventures today and become IMD in the next 72 hours and make 750,000 Rand a month. It's not going to happen. So I don't want you to put your family through what I've put my family through. You understand? Because you might not be able to handle it. Build this thing part-time, okay, if you have a full-time job, until you are at the stage where you are comfortable, and then maybe you can think about walking away from your job. But that's my personal advice. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. I don't want you to quit your job and it take you a bit longer to get to where you need to get to, and then you regret World Ventures and you regret your decision. Some of you can handle it. I know, Joan, you've also left your full-time job because you can handle it. You understand? You already at the point where you're earning residual income as well. You see?
Yeah, I actually made the decision to close down my restaurant and do World Ventures full time because I was having more success in World Ventures than I was having in my restaurant.
100%.
And not just money wise, but also personally through the personal development and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah.
That's your question. Okay. Yes.
Good morning. How do you keep yourself? How do you keep your team motivated? The below team, as much as we are under John, I think we are self-driven. That's why we come to these meetings. But we have people under us who are not so self-driven. How do you keep them self-driven so that we can put together?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not a motivational speaker, so I don't motivate anyone. So I look for the motivated people. But here's what also I've been taught. Okay, if people are not doing anything, go sign some more people. Personally, sign more people. Then they're gonna say, "Oh shucks, she's not waiting for us. She's doing this thing with or without us. It's either we need to shape up or ship out." Okay, but you can't. You see, I love what Matt Morris says. If you take a chicken and you throw it in the air, it's never going to fly. No matter how much you throw it in the air, it's not going to fly. Chickens are not meant to fly. Okay? The only thing that's going to happen to you if you keep throwing the chicken on the air, you're going to end up with chicken shit, not in French. Okay? But if you find an eagle, you're only going to throw it once in the air and it's going to fly. Okay? I don't want you to spend more time trying to motivate, encourage people to say, come, let's go, come, let's go, come, let's go. This is not a job. You're not managing people. Okay? You will inspire them by doing the work. You know, you need 80% you are on the field doing one-on-one, two-on-ones, and only 20% with the team, meaning trying to help the team. But if you spend 80% of your time focusing on helping the team and only 20% personally recruiting, then again, you're not going to have much growth in your business. You're going to be running the crash. And we don't want that.
Yeah.
Any more questions, guys?
Okay, Bongani.
No?
My brother, tell me something. I need a little bit of knowledge. How would you advise somebody that you just met? Not advice actually, but how do you get connected to the person that you meet? Mostly, like you have people that you are meeting new people that, like we say, it's a cold market.
Okay.
Cold market mostly.
Okay. That's a very good question, my brother. Personally, I don't like cold market. I just don't like cold market personally. I'll tell you why. I said earlier on, in this business, people buy from people they know and trust. So when you meet someone, a stranger, for the first time, no matter how brilliant your presentation is, the chances of them saying yes to you are slim to none. I'm not saying they're never going to say yes. You'll find those who will still say yes, even though they don't know you. But your sign-up ratio will be very, very low compared to your warm market. Now, when you meet someone, obviously you're not going to, my advice, don't show them the presentation immediately when you meet them, okay? Because you need to build some sort of a relationship with them until you get to a level where there's trust, okay? Then you can show them what you do. But again, when you walk around meeting strangers, you want to collect the numbers. I'm not saying don't look at the strangers. You have to look at the strangers because you're going to get to a point where your warm market is exhausted. You understand? So you need to meet the strangers. But my advice, if you meet me for the first time in the mall, you don't know me, I don't know you, don't show me the presentation immediately. I'm not going to sign. Okay? Not unless I'm 1 in a million. Okay? All the relationship. Unless I'm introduced to you by my friend who is also your friend, then there's a different case altogether. Like I made an example with one of the ladies in my team who's a director now in my team. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. But how I got to know her is via our friend, my friend, who happens to be her friend as well. Then the friend, our friend, when she introduced the two of us, then there was a trust transfer between the two of us. You understand? So yeah, but connect with strangers, build relationship, and who knows what's going to happen. Yeah.
Any more questions? Cool. Awesome, Bongani. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Let me see if Frida has a question as well quickly, John, before we run away.
Yes, absolutely. Just want to take a picture.
Hi, Frida.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you. And you?
I'm blessed, man. I'm happy to finally talk to you. And yeah, man, do you have any question or are you happy?
I'm happy. Thank you. The
Awesome.
messages were clear. Clear. Yes. Thank you.
And I can't wait to get to your island.
Oh, I'm waiting for you here.
Oh, awesome. All right, guys, it's been an honor. I'm very, very humble. I hope I've said one or two things that have, helped you or going to help you moving forward to grow your business. But at the end of the day, we're in this thing to win it. We're in it to win it. It's not going to be easy, but trust me, baby, it's worth it. You know those dollars when they start rolling in, they make a huge difference. Trust me. And, when you start winning, even the people who doubted you in the beginning, they become your good friends, your close friends. I'm telling you right now, my family who doubted me when I first walked away from my full-time job, today, they're the ones asking me, when are we booking our next vacation? So you gotta put in the work. Guys, thank you so much. I hope to see you, all of you guys, soon. God bless you.